And welcome back into the BetQL Network UFC 288 main event. Henry Cejudo takes on the Funk Master. Aljamain Sterling joins us. Aljo, as a guy that has defended the belt now and been on a bit of a winning streak and even said himself that it's been a bit of a different, weird type of a title reign, what to you has been kind of the weirdest part of this whole process? By the way, those pants you're wearing are fresh.
Oh, thank you. My friend actually made them.
Those are sick. What's been the weirdest part of this whole thing, though, since you've had the belt? Or even during the whole reign?
The weirdest part, I guess winning the belt by DQ. That was for sure the weirdest part. Because I didn't think I was going to win the belt. I thought it was going to be a no contest, and I thought I would not be granted an immediate rematch because of how the fight was going, even though the circumstances that I fought under were very unusual compared to my other fights. But I'm fortunate, and it's like a blessing in disguise. Like, yeah, no one wants to win the belt that way, but it gave me another opportunity to go back and do it the right way. And that was the weirdest part. Yeah, that's really it. I mean, I know people were saying other stuff about TJ and whatnot, but I can't control that. I've had a torn labrum. I've had 7 professional fights with a torn labrum. I won. And then when I felt like I couldn't win, I didn't fight. So that's not on me. That's on my opponent. And I can only do what I need to do with the opponent that they put in front of me.
Does that piss you off, dude? Because the more you're talking, and ask Brendan, since we started the show a couple of years ago, I've always been in the Funk Master's corner. It's like, what can this guy do? Everything he does, he gets discredited for. It's not, a lot of it is in your head. Are you like, man, this is bullshit? What can I do?
There's nothing I can do. Just keep being me, keep doing what I'm doing, which is train hard and win. Control the things you can control. I think too many times people think that their opinions matter more than what they do. And at the end of the day, you got to remind yourself, especially as athletes, that they're opinions. At the end of the day, the stats speak for themselves. And I did my job. It's not my fault that my opponents didn't do their job. Their job was to prepare as best as they can. My job is to do the same. And on the night, we find out who's who. So unfortunately, some of those fights, I guess some of the fanboys really wanted me to lose. And it sucks to suck. So it is what it is. You're gonna have to try a little bit harder to try to put me down and get me out of there. So that's the mentality, and I look forward to doing that again on May 6th.
Aljo, how excited are you just from a legacy standpoint to get this fight? It's not common that a champion comes back to try and get a belt that he used to have, and you kind of get to show that this is now your division, lineage-wise and all. Like to get the opportunity to face Henry, the former champ at bantamweight. What does this one mean to you?
It means a lot for my legacy in the sense of everything I've accomplished, but I try to keep it small. I try to make it what it is. It's a fight. It's another fight. It's another opportunity. Yeah, it means a lot in terms of the record books, but at the same time, you don't want to get outside of yourself and do anything crazy or reckless and put yourself in a bad situation. So, be smart, be methodical, opponent apart the same way we've been doing in training in the fight simulation rounds. And hopefully it's enough for us to get our hand raised. So go out there, win the belt, defend. I mean, it's not even win the belt, defend the belt for the 3rd time. That's huge, So I'm looking forward to doing that and continue to the scalps that I've already acquired.
I love your friendship with Merab. We spoke to Merab a few weeks ago before his fight.
Machine.
Have you guys ever fought like as friends? You seem like the best of friends. Is there ever a time where you and Merab have not gotten along and you've had to settle it in the gym or anything like that? Or have you always just been BFF?
No, we're pretty cool with that. We've never had any altercations. The only time there's any like pushback with anything is like when he's cutting weight or when I'm cutting weight. You could be a little bit more irritable, but outside of that, no, we're all pretty good. Like both pretty chill in the sense of like we're just cool people in the sense with each other. Like our personalities don't clash whatsoever. Like he's very relaxed. I'm very relaxed. He's like, yeah, it. I'm like, yeah, it. So when you have two people who are like that, it's just like very zen and easy to get along.
Goodness, my co-host is irritable all the time, bro. I want to fight that guy and punch him in the face whenever possible. We got Aljamain Sterling.
No. Why would you say that?
Well, no, here's the thing. I'll probably choke him out one of these days because I like him. I ain't gonna hit you, dude. I ain't like that.
I didn't know if it was just like Aljo. He sees the Miami. I don't know if this is like a Heat Knicks thing. Like he just is already just irritated by the face. I don't know.
Hey, I'm saying Knicks in 5.
Well, I mean, listen, you're very right a lot of the times, Aljo. You won't be with that. That's okay, man.
Knicks in 5. Speaking of the Knicks, is there anything about fighting this close to home that makes it better or worse?
Better or worse? I guess the only thing cool about it for me, being that I can't fight in New York, this is the closest that I'm gonna get. So that's what makes it special, just to be able to have a lot more people that can actually come out and enjoy the event and come see me. You know, a lot of people, they're like, yo, man, I can't make it to freaking Abu Dhabi. That's way too expensive. Right. Or they can't make it to Vegas. Because it's a whole ordeal. You know, you got to pay for a hotel room, travel. Some people have kids. You got to save up for it if you got bills and stuff like that. Of course, adults. Adulting is hard. So this is cool that a lot more people now, when these people say, yo, I got to make it out to one of your fights, bro, I'm look at you like, yo, don't give me that BS. Like, you had the opportunity to go right across the bridge, bro. So I don't want to hear that.
You mentioned the desire to go up and go to 145 after this. That you know, do you think about, you know, we talked earlier about people's opinions of things, but an opportunity to, you know, put all to bet at 135 and then a chance to become double champ against the #1 pound for pound guy, Volkanovski. Do you feel like when it's all said and done, Aljo, like legacy will be taking care of itself? Because if you get these accomplishments, you're going to be undeniable.
Yeah, I truly do believe that if I could do all these things that I'm hoping to accomplish, you know, that's all it is. All you can do is hope and try and put your best foot forward. So if it works out that way, I think it's going to be hard to deny me. And I think I'm going to be in that conversation. And even just making it here alone, man, this is historic stuff for me. And just for the division, like a lot of the stuff I've accomplished, there's only 3 guys that I fought that were not ranked. You know what I'm saying? When you look at some of these other bantamweights who have some of these long standing records and stuff like that, look at the resume, look at the guys that they're beating and who they're stacking up wins against. The UFC didn't do me any favors with that. No. I've been thrown into the fire since my 3rd UFC fight against the 6th ranked guy in the world on short notice. Well, I had another opponent, so I had the full training camp, but it was a short notice fight with him, and I had to make some adjustments. And I haven't looked back since. You know, I've been fighting ranked opponent after ranked opponent, and look where I'm at. I think when you look at that resume, it's, even if you don't agree with something about me, you got to respect the work, you know, and I think that's the most important. So when I look at that just on sheer numbers, I'm very proud of what I've been able to do. Like when it's all said and done, I'm going to look back like, man, I had a hell of a career. So getting a 3rd one in a row as the champion, that's icing on the cake, baby.
Hey, before you get out here, Aljamain Sterling joining us here on the show. Is it weird fighting a guy that hasn't fought in this long? Like, are you thinking, all right, I don't know if he knows exactly the fighter that he's going to be on Saturday night, so how am I supposed to know what he's going to be?
Oh, 100%. I mean, but I'm leaving no stones unturned. You know, we gave ourselves different looks in training, different type of pressure, really good wrestlers. You know, I've been taken down in training, being able to get back up. There's been some days I was the hammer, some days I was the nail. We just make sure we could be as ready as possible. And when we did our fight simulations, just trying to get as close to Henry as we can based on what we see on his YouTube, what we see on the embeddeds, what we see on the countdown, what he did in his previous fights before he retired, and just try to get as close to that as possible. And at the end of the day, maybe it's enough, maybe it's not, but we think we did enough good work, quality work, that it's going to make the big difference on Saturday night.
Aljamain Sterling is officially tapped out here on the BetQL network. Thanks so much, man. Good luck in the fight.
Thanks, Aljo. Heat in 5.
7, Miami. It's going down.
It would be very admirable if you guys do that, but I don't think so.
It would be, but you know, we could wish, right?
Take care, man. Good luck.
Thank you.